Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here in Norway, and I'm on the MS Trollfjord, and I'm here with the captain, Captain Ingar Lorentzen, and we have been on a great cruise here from Hurtigruten, and this is their coastal cruise. It's the one that goes up to Svalbard, and that's where we started. The cruise can start in Bergen and go up to Svalbard and then back down again, so you can make it into a 14-day journey if you really want to. We're going to talk about this wonderful ship from the guy who knows best, and also the wonderful cruise that your clients can have while on board. And you'll find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Captain, first of all, great to see you. Thank you for, so far it's been a very smooth journey, right?
Yeah, thank you as well. Yeah, we have had more or less the best condition that we can have on this route from Bergen up to Svalbard.
Now, right now we're in the fjord, so we're not going to have any, but we crossed the open ocean, and as we're going to talk about that, it was really very little movement, although one guest said they did. I said, I don't know, you're crazy, because there's nothing going on here. Let's talk about, how long have you been with Hurtigruten?
I started back in 2006 on the old Midnattssol.
Okay.
And then I was until 2013 before I had a break and was working as a sea pilot here in the northern Norway and Svalbard. And I returned back in January 2002.
Okay, so you've been with the company the whole time, and this is kind of a Norwegian tradition. I mean, everybody knows Hurtigruten, and everybody knows this line so well, and it's almost like a legacy you have to have with this, right?
Yeah, that's true. I think for most of the navigators in Norway, working in Hurtigruten is a dream that comes true. It's the biggest brand and a brand that we are extremely proud of.
Now, how long have you been captain of the MS Trollfjord?
Yeah, that's only half a year now since I came here on Trollfjord.
Oh, so that's not. So you're enjoying it so far?
It's quite similar. I came from the sister vessel, so it's more or less identical ships.
Yeah. So now you are from Norway. Where are you from Norway?
No, I'm from the most beautiful island we have in Norway called Senja.
Okay. So and are we going there?
Yeah, we will be docking there in 5 hours.
It's 5 hours. So all right, you're going to tell us, so you can give us the guide to the whole place. Now, tell us a little bit about this ship, MS Trollfjord. When was it first built? And I understand it has been recently refurbished, right?
Yeah, she was built back in 2002 when she was launched and went in the normal coastal express route. And she was refurbished in 23.
So yeah, everything looks. I got to tell you, it looks brand. It is brand. It's a year old, so everything looks beautiful. I got to tell you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are quite proud of the vessel as she is today.
Now, how many guests in total can she carry, and how many crew?
Yeah, currently we have 500 passenger. And the crew is around 100. It depends on the bookings, but
and a lot of them are chefs, right?
Yeah, we are around 20 chefs on board.
And believe me, the cuisine shows, and maybe my weight shows after a few nights of this. A few more tasting menu, I'm going to burst. It is a marvelous food, way above my expectations. I had heard it was good, but I wasn't prepared. So yeah, they spent a lot of time and effort with the hotel staff here. Of course, you have to have a lot of great seafaring staff as well here, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. And the food, as you mentioned, is one of our concept where we go with the local food, where we are passing on the Norwegian coast. So it's high quality and it's really well prepared.
And I did a tasting menu. A lot of that food, everything is local. Yeah, you're going to get a little reindeer here and there and some other great things, but it really is amazing food. And I did a 9-course tasting menu the other night in their really main Roost, which is the highest end restaurant, because I'm lucky enough to be in the suite class. But you can also book that too, even if you're in a different cabin. Let's talk a little bit about this route, the Svalbard Express that we've been doing. I've only been doing half of it, the one south, but it actually can be, 14 days, right?
That is correct. From May to September, we are sailing from Bergen to Longyearbyen and back to Bergen. On this route, it's a much more relaxing route than for example, the Coastal Express, where you have a lot more ports to visit on the way north. So it's a more relaxed itinerary. We are visiting much smaller communities on the way north and south. A few big cities as the Coastal Express, but we are focusing on the small village and the special places on the way up.
We just went through Tromsø. We didn't even get off at Tromsø, so that's not. But we're going to where your island, so that's where we're bound next. And we have now. What do you like about this route? It really is the small villages that you can visit, right?
Yeah, the guests get a little bit more feeling about how Norway is built up, and you can see how the small community is working along the coast. We have more time in each port we are visiting. It's a more time to see the scenic sailing when we are sailing from A to B. So it's a perfect itinerary if you want to see the Norwegian coast, our communities, and Svalbard at the same time.
Yeah, and you see all that Spitsbergen, and believe me, I've never been as far north as that, or seen such isolated communities as that. Almost, I mean, up with the village we visited, it's Naya Alesund, the one that's the sort of research station. Boy, and that is actually where one of the great Norwegian explorers, Amundsen, took his dirigible over the North Pole, and you can still see the dirigible derrick or whatever it's called where they dock. But up there is really amazing, and it's all different kinds of nationalities that are up there doing research, right?
That is correct. Yeah. So Ny-Ålesund is more the research station, and down in Longyearbyen you have a more focus on the tourism.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is a focus on tourism. We were just discussing there actually has become a culinary destination. We were deciding which restaurants are the best in Longyearbyen. It's really an amazing place. Now, let's talk a little bit about the other way. In the winter, you do a different itinerary. You talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's based more or less on the same. That is what we call the North Cape line. So currently we are sailing from Oslo to North Cape and back to Bergen, and then we have turnover in Bergen going up to North Cape and end up in Oslo. So then you can see the whole coast up, and you end or start in the capital of Oslo. It's more or less the same concept as the Svalbard line compared to the normal Coastal Express route, where we have one docking per day. We have better time in port. We see other places than the biggest cities, and you have more time to explore those places we are stopping in, and also more relaxed when we are sailing, so you can enjoy the beautiful coast on the way.
But it is a little colder, right?
Yeah, in the winter it's a two different scenery when you are sailing, but in the winter it's dark, and it's more normal to have bad weather, but we have the northern light. And
well, that's the biggest thing now. It's got suddenly all really hot, especially in the United. For everybody wants to see the northern lights, and you actually have a guy who guarantees who's going to show you the northern lights. I believe they hired somebody, just a specialist in the northern lights, and they also, I believe, Hurtigruten has a guarantee you'll see the northern lights, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. And it's during the winter, it's not very often that we don't see the northern light.
So you've seen them a ton. So they're old hat for you, big deal. All fireworks displays. But for some reason, I haven't seen them. But then here on this cruise, what you get is something different. You get the land of the midnight sun. It never gets dark, right?
That is correct. Yeah. So for us that is born and raised north of the Arctic Circle, we are used to this. That in the summertime we are charging our batteries, and in the winter time
you just relax and kind of hibernate in a way.
Yeah, and enjoying the northern light and the blue light that is up in this area during the winter time.
Well, that's not when you're in your suite. There are actually double curtains, at least in my suite, so that you can close it off and you don't have to see that much of the light. So that helps. Now, tell us a little bit about what do you personally like on this route. What are your favorite destinations?
No, from my point of view, we have only interesting point and ports we are visiting on the route. What I specific like about the Svalbard line is these small communities we are visiting. We have possibility to authorize the route depending on the weather to give the best experience for our guests, so they can see what we have to offer on the coast of Norway. So we have more time to adjust if necessary. If there is bad weather or it's extremely good weather, then we can see something else than we normally do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I will prefer to say that the route is special made if you want a relaxed cruise where you will see what we have to offer in Norway.
Yeah, that's you do have time, and here, and you have all the light in the world on the Svalbard Express. Now, what do you have any challenges on this ship? What are the biggest things you worry about aside from safety and maybe the weather sometimes?
Yeah, that will always be challenging from time to time on the ship, but our main focus on board is to keep our team spirit as high that we are able to deliver the product as good as possible for all our guests. So when we are ending up at the end destination in Bergen, then we like to see people smiling and coming back again.
Well, I got to tell you, your crew has been magnificent. Everyone I've encountered is really eager to talk with you and tell you about Norway and really the experience here, and it's really been refreshing. It's really a crew that has come together, I think, on this ship, and congratulations to you for making that happen.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, but that's as I mentioned, the team play between all crew on board here is important to have the product out as good as it can be. So we teach each other by values we are living after. So that's make this product special.
Absolutely, and it is very special. Now, is there anything else you want to tell? We go out to about 125,000 travel advisors, travel agents in the U.S. Who are booking, hopefully to book Hurtigruten and this cruise. Anything else you want to tell them that they can tell their clients about why they should do this?
Now, I would say as a brand and as a company and with our values, if you want to see the Norwegian coast, travel in a good way with the local crew, with all the experience that is, then Hurtigruten is the best option to travel with.
And eat pretty well, right?
Of course.
And that was a surprising for me. I had heard a rumor that we ate well, but it was confirmed. Captain, I want to thank you for taking the time. We're actually here on the bridge, we're looking down a fjord, which is pretty impressive. It's been a wonderful day so far. The weather in general has been great. I feel kind of spoiled because I didn't even get one little ounce of wave or anything. So can we come back and do it again with a little bit more waves?
Of course, come back when we have started on the North Cape line, and we give you something else.
That's a different thing. Plus the Northern Lights, so it's a little sacrifice. Again, thank you, Captain. It's been great to spend some time with you, and we still have a few more days on this cruise, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of Norway, which, to be honest with you, it's the first time I've been here. So this is a great way to see an introduction to Norway, and to see it with Hurtigruten, see it on this ship with your team has been really, really great.
Thank you. And we'll enjoy the days we have down to Bergen. The weather forecast looks quite good.
Okay, we're going to hold you to that, so it's going to be that way. Again, I'm James Schillinglaw here on MS Trollfjord, sailing the coastal waters of Norway, and this is Insider Travel Report.